Oh, well, here's another question. How many of you have walked off a call and you've said, I said the right things. I did exactly the script, the process the manager said, or the XYZ person said, but like I still didn't get the sale. Yeah. Okay. Good. So, why do I bring all this up? Because this is the number one skill we're going to build. That's the opposite of that. This is about who are you being while you're doing all that, right? So across the entire system, every tool, everything that we do, every execution framework is all built on this. Selling from power, selling from soul, selling from purpose, selling from different aspects of self. This is where it all starts. Okay. So embodied influence. What is embodied influence? Let me just ask Gabriel. Gabriel, is it Kaxon? Is that how you pronounce it?
Kazan, like Shazam.
Okay. Okay. To you personally, what does that mean? What does that mean, embodied influence?
Um, it means that there's something in the body and in the voice and in the presence that gets unlocked that you can't really happen in just thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and in the transmission and in the
Mm-hmm.
relationship. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's off the top.
You know what word I love that you said is transmission. Every sales call, fuck the sales calls, guys. Every conversation is an opportunity for transmission. Every conversation is transmission from who you're being or not being. So it's an opportunity to influence the conversation from you. So embodied selling is who are you being while you speak. So I want you all to be with me. You could write some stuff down, right? You can, if you want in your journal, but like right now, just hear what I'm saying. I want this to land. I'm going to slow down on purpose. It's who you're being while you speak. If your job on a sales call to master influence to move the prospect across the line, right? Doesn't it make sense to be a certain way for them that influences them to be a certain way to what? Move it forward. Yeah. That's mastery at the highest level. That's influence at the highest level. So if that's the case, then it's not about what you say. It's about not even your words that you use, your script. It's your presence. It's your regulation. It's your state under pressure. It's your ability to slow down, check in with yourself. Who am I being? Okay, who do I get to be for this person? To create the result. Your ability to actually lead without force or without the mechanism of like, what do I need to say versus who I need to be? Okay, that land? Okay, that landed. So you don't influence people by your words. You influence them through your nervous system. Next week is setting the sanctuary, nervous system regulation. You first, then the prospect, stage one of Pit to Peak, set the sanctuary. Right now, I'm just setting these frames so you guys understand, so you guys hear this. Okay. Somebody wanted to come in. Okay, they disappeared. You influence them through your nervous system and who you're being. It's who you're being, your state, and your nervous system. So sales is a transfer of emotion. So when I say there's two reasons why people buy, it's because they feel like it and there's no more questions. We're going to go so deep on this, right? Because sales is not a communication game. It's a game of emotional transfer. Now, all of you know this from like a thought process in some capacity, but I'm going to go deep on it is the emotion is created by what, Alejandro? What is it created by? What is emotion created by?
It's created by your mental state and where your mind is at. What is you're thinking about?
Yes. Emotion is created by your state. So if it's my job to move the sale forward, if it's a game of a state game to move it forward, like then I'm responsible 100% if it's up to me to create a state in myself first to then create different hats of states to move the sale forward. If the emotion is created from the state. This is why when I do a call audit, I'll look at the call of what state I created in them based on the state I was. By the way, in the next hour, all of you are going to be surgeons at being able to do this on a sales call. I'm going to give you the new 2.0 version of the call alignment process so that by the end of today and the next 7 days, all of you are going to audit your calls. Or if you don't have a call, you'll find a call, someone's call, and you'll audit it. It's actually better to audit someone else's call because you learn more by seeing someone else of what, like who they're being and what caused that objection. Rather than, because then you go back to your calls, you're like, shit, fuck, that's what it was. Okay. So with this, state is created from who you're being. People are not buying your words. They're buying how they feel in your presence. How they feel in your presence. So moment to moment, you're the cause and creator of how they feel. Some people are like, no, I'm not. Well, then you're a victim to influence. Like influence is you can choose a state in yourself that influences their state. You want them to be curious, be curious. You want them to be excited about saying yes, you're the cause of it. Right? Yes. They say yes, if you say yes, energetically. So whether you realize it or not, you're actually enrolling the prospect into certainty or doubt constantly. Certainty, doubt, 1.0, 2.0, 1.0, 2.0, 1.0, 2.0, into safety or into pressure. Like every time you all are going to look at your calls for the rest of your life moving forward today, you're going to have a cheat code. You're going to embody the cheat code. It's how when you see me audit calls, this is the lens I look at. I'm not looking at the man. I'm looking at like 1.0, 2.0. Who's showing up? I'm looking at, is this doubt or are they turning the prospect into certainty or doubt? Is what's going on safety or is it turning into pressure? What am I seeing? Oh, that's where it happened. You guys catch that? So you guys are going to be surgeons learning this process, and then we're just going to get deeper with the process. So there's something I call the influence chain. Okay. There's your state, right, that you show up. Let's say I'm being rigid. Like I'll go on a call. You guys have seen this before, or you've watched one of my roasts, or maybe you've seen it in your call. You're kind of just like not motivated. You're a little bit dry. You're maybe a little bit rigid. You're kind of just right. So that's your state. And then there's the prospect's emotion that happens from that state. So there's a state. There's the prospect's emotion that because of your state creates an emotion in them. It creates what? A prospect's meaning and a prospect's reaction. So this is the chain, the influence chain. And by the way, what this chain I'm giving you here, I have it in every single week. I have what I'm calling a savage map. You will get access to a map of all this. So like, I'm just going to share it with you, right? This is about learning right now. And you'll have the map to see it, the influence chain. So you're like, oh, that makes sense. Fuck, my state is influencing their emotion, the prospect's meaning, the prospect's reaction. So emotion, meaning, reaction. This is their operating system. So because of your state, right, it influences their operating system. Your operating system is influencing theirs. You guys track that? My state of being rigid, making them feel this, and then they're making a meaning of it as this. This sucks. Why am I here? I don't like this person. I don't trust this person. And they react by what? Closing down, body language. They react by what? They're just like, oh, I'm just going to go through the motions. I just subconsciously, I'm not going to buy. What's the outcome? Yes or no? No. An objection. You see the chain of command? If we understand the human chain of command, then we can understand how to influence the prospect to always get a yes. Because I'm the cause of the yes or the no. So I want you to spit that back. Let's go, Gabriel, spit back that chain, the influence chain, the savage influence chain. My state first, the prospect's what? The prospect's what? The prospect's what? Creates the prospect's what? Let's just talk through this.
Was it emotions, meaning, and reaction?
Oh, Gabriel B. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
My state influences the prospect's what first?
How they feel.
Yeah,
right?
Emotion, and then what? Then they make a
thought,
a meaning
about that thought.
Yeah.
And then the last part is
then they do something. They have an impulse to react.
Meaning. No, like first they get a feeling, then they attach a meaning.
They feel story, meaning, story, interpretation. It's all the same thing. And then they react.
And then they react
with saying something out of their mouth. That becomes a objection.
Yes.
The outcome was Did you track that? Objection.
First, they
Okay.
get a feeling, an emotion,
Hmm.
then they make meaning about that emotion,
Yes.
and that meaning creates a reaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this all comes back to, and I've said this to many of you, and you've heard my story. I always dissect how did I get, like, there's multiple mechanisms to it. One of them is absolutely the highest is the influence. How did I actually get a yes? How did I get 10 out of 10 at the Sales Sniper retreat? Like, who was I being? Like, I look back at the call. It's this. I influenced the outcome for all of them, even if it should have been a no. It's like a secret tool to move people to, and it can be used against the person if you when you master the embodiment of this. If it becomes, it could be a manipulation tool. It's a weapon. It's not theory. This is physics. This is physics. So I'm going to land this with y'all. Is you are the environment. So when you're regulated, what I mean by that is when you're regulated, they're regulated. When you're rushed, they're rushed. When you're uncertain, guess who's uncertain? They are. When you're in doubt, they're in doubt. When you are grounded, they are grounded. When you're grounded, they feel safe to what? Move with you. This is the opposite of what the high ticket space teaches. It's like, let's just move one step at a time. No, I can't do follow-up. I have to close a sale today. Well, yeah, you're causing them to feel resistance. Of course, like you would want a one-call close. And I get it. The offer owner says one-call close. Well, the two-call process works better every time. So, like, what if you could say to them, hey, I want to do 10 minutes? My point is, it's like, it's not a have to, it's a get to. And you are responsible for how they feel. You created it. You caused it. So the objection is not random. All the objections, you caused them. The moment your state drops, your leadership and embodiment transfers for them. Okay, I'm going to pause right here. I just dropped in a way I never really dropped it or shared this in this way to you guys because I really want this to land. Who here is like, holy shit, I'm getting a new distinction. Something new is coming up from hearing this before or hearing this in the past in any capacity. Lane? Go for it, Lane. Share. You wanted to.
Yeah. And my internet's unstable, so if you miss me, I'm frozen. The embodiment, another way that I've been in connection with this is being the source, so being the cause of the outcome. And how you've put this, I've heard this I don't know how many times. Mm-hmm. And this is landing for me in a completely different way, that it's what the results of my interactions are. I cause those, but now I see the path to it. No one ever filled in the path of, I'm the state, I'm creating the emotion. They're going to create meaning about it. They're going to respond to their emotional response. Yeah. Like steps 2 and 3 have always been missed in my experience of this communication, of this idea.
Yeah. Because if you're at level 4 responsibility of like, I am the environment, I create the result, I am the cause and creator of this sale of being a yes or no. And then your mind goes to, no, wait, like I just read the application that they said they have no money. Okay, well now you're coming into the call of doubt. How the fuck are you going to like be all in on them and their future and what's important, what matters, and what's like, if you're in doubt, they're going to feel the doubt. Stop it. Yeah. So exactly. So we're going to get a new operating system right now. Okay. We are going to get a new operating system right now.
Coach, can I ask something, Coach?
Yeah, Vince, go for it. Yeah.
Because I had it on a call today where I had the triage with her yesterday, had the call today. Everything was going well. Like I felt very connected, like things were good. And we were literally at the end, but she's still needing 24 hours. So is that a call that when you go back through, you're trying to like look at the state you were in?
Pause. I love what you're saying, and what I heard. The only thing that stood out was I feel connected. What's the matter with I? I feel connected, but were you both connected?
Right.
This is a win-win conversation. So when you audit your calls, I'm going to go through the framework by the end. You're going to look at it. Was this a win-win conversation? Was this a collaborative conversation or an I felt connected to you conversation? That means you're operating from selfish. One way of being is you're being selfish. You're being your own agenda. I want to feel good. I want to feel good. I felt good. Oh, fuck, I forgot about you. Wait a second. I'm looking at the call. I felt so good there, but look at her. Look at how she's reacting. I wonder what she's making up about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I love that. I love this good context.
Thank you.
Sure. So again, today is a lot of learning. Over the next, and I keep saying it, this is required today, this foundation, so we don't have to learn this again. It's up. Because we move fast from here, okay? So today we're gonna install 2.0 operating system. And I'm not talking about just the operating system on who we're being on a call. This is the operating system of how you're gonna operate for the rest of your life if you want to accelerate your results, which I know all you do. So I need to land these points on this stuff. Most of my life, I operated from doing. And many of you here are human doers still. We've had conversations. And that doer part is like, it's the part of you that ego likes to control. There's 3 egos. One of them is to control. And the doer part is so comfortable controlling that it's like, fuck, like, who am I without the doer? Oh, shit. Yeah, so like that doer has a purpose, but it's not who you are. It's a part of you that you get to access and leverage as a fucking weapon. Why do I say all this? Because we're human beings. Bottom line. So that the operating system is being. So afraid there's inside the doer is anxiety. A part of this that has massive anxiety. We're afraid to feel, stop, pause, breathe, regulate, and feel the anxiety. Nothing bad about it. It's okay. I love anxiety. Ooh, that's gone in 16 seconds. And I just started tearing up. I started crying. I just needed a release. Oh my God. Anxiety was trying to tell me that I just need to release and like cry and like let go of holding on so tight. Check-in tool. Oh, I probably should check in more. But like, no, it doesn't make me money. Check-in tool doesn't make me money. 1.0, so Shadow, no, don't do it. No, just show up to the program and go half-ass. No, 1.0, no, just don't show up. Just be late. Just be the observer. Don't be in it. This is the world of like that shows up, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I know. Right? I know. It's like, how's this going to make me money? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is the weapon. Being human beings. Allowing it all. So, I've allowed myself to be a human being. I allow myself to check in when I'm feeling angry. I feel that. Okay. Okay, cool. That's normal. That's okay. Right? But here's the problem. Is that I'm going to open up the map here. I'm going to get you guys access to this. Okay? If we're not aware, like I got to get you guys back in the brain of understanding 1.0, 2.0 states. So I'm going to show you a map. Okay, we're going to master the map. How are we supposed to know where to go and shift into if we don't know where the fuck we are? Well, let's look at the map. You guys see this map? This is going to be the new screensaver for a lot of you. Fucking screensaver. I've had like 19 variations. I had this on Miro at one point, the Miro boards. I had this everywhere. I've simplified some shit. It's simple. This is the game of simplicity. Can you see it?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this will be like half the screen. This will be whatever. Take a picture of it now. I'll get it to you guys. I'm sharing this with you because this is the map. This is what we're building. 1.0 side is red. The 2.0 side is green. Looking at this map, right? These are the states, okay, that are you operate in fear. They leak your leadership. This is the states that you're in leadership, that you're in calm power. These are the states that move the sail forward. These are the states that will never, ever move the sail forward. These are the states that will get you healthy, happy relationships. These are the states that won't. It's life and sales. Life and sales. So I want you to look at this map. Okay. I want you to look at it. Where do you operate most on your sales calls? Just look at it for a second. Let me see if I can zoom it in. Where do you operate most? That's too much. Where do you operate most? When I say most, like look at where you operate. 1.0 or 2.0? Read through those. Yeah, and let's put a percentage. So put 1.0 and then put 2.0. So like percentage 1.0 like might be 30%, 2.0 is 70%. Yeah, if you were to audit your own calls right now, what would you see? Vince, if you audited one of Gabriel's calls, what would you see? Gabriel, what would he see? Right? This is for real. Lane, if you audit one of Drew's calls, like Drew, what the fuck he would see? Be honest. Yeah. Right? Looking at 30%, 1.0, 7%, 2.0. Yeah. Yeah. What's interesting is that y'all give yourself that number. And if you all, which you will, you can get some swim buddies at the end of the day, new swim buddies. You're going to audit each other's calls. And what you're going to do is you're going to really find out the truth. What you think is 70%, they're experiencing you 30%. What we don't know is what we don't know. So who are we billing? Meaning we get to expand into new ranges. It's feedback. Okay. So we got that number. Right? Now in life, where are you at in life? Like look at your life. When you leave this here today, you're not in sales, you go in life. Where do you operate from? What's the percentage? 1.0, 2.0. It's kind of a little audit. Where do you operate from? You leave here and you're different. You're a different person. You go more into avoidant. You go into frozen. You go into isolation. It might be in conversations with people. When you go to the grocery store, do you like check out? Are you disconnected? Are you defensive? Are you in victim? Do you just not care? Right? Or are you composed? Are you the same people out in and outside of sales? Put the percentage. So put that in the chat for yourself. This is about game of alignment, of aligning 2.0 states, not just in sales, but in life. This is the game we're playing. Is this the same percentage? If not, that's feedback.
And it's
interesting
what's coming
feedback.
up for me, George,
Yeah, Gabriel, what's coming up?
interesting feedback, because in life, I truly feel like I'm embodying more of the 2.0 with how I communicate with my loved ones, how I meet friends, how I do my daily tasks, compared to sales, where I feel like the 1.0 is dominating. It's interesting.
This is important feedback, because who you're being in and outside of sales, if it's two different people, it's the next version of you that we're building and creating over the next 10, 12 weeks. Well, forever. This never ends. The game never ends. Remember, I mapped that out last week. The acceleration game never ends in life and sales. Okay. So this is the states broken out here. Okay. This is the state breakdown. Can you guys see my screen? Yes. So I broke this down deeper. 1.0 states are control, protection, and collapse. I broke them out in different sections. This is control-based states. This is approval-based states. This is collapse-based states. This is stress-threat-based states. And this is disconnected states. And these are present and regulation states. These are power without force states. These are leadership and authority states. This is connection and invitation states. Right? This is aliveness and momentum. It's like, wait a second. I'm allowed to be enthusiastic on a call? Yes. So what I've broken this down to is so you guys can get the analytical mind, like really dialed in this shit. It's like, wait a second. What the fuck does forceful mean? No one ever taught me that. Well, pushing forward without attunement means you've pushed forward and like you need to move this sale forward. You need to close a deal. Fuck. Forceful. That's how I created forceful. Now we can understand and unpack that. Agenda driven. Prioritize the plan over the person. Like you have an agenda, right? The mindset, stick to the script, stick to the process, stick to the pitch. The pitch has to be at minute 14 or minute 27 to 30. You're sticking to a agenda, right? This is all control, rigid, unable to adapt when reality changes. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to go. Notice, guys, when we've had trainings in the past, some of you guys move with mile, right? I felt this for about 6 seconds, and I shifted back into 2.0, and I shifted the agenda specifically in the moment because what we needed in the moment inside the container, right? And now we have a more of a systemized process over the next 10, 12 weeks. So while this is still going to come up, right, I get to still lead to where we're going to go at the end. Right. And so at the end of it, I'm going to land this for a second. I want you all to hear me. The goal, the only outcome of a sales call is to make a decision. That's it. That's the only outcome at the end. That's it. The only outcome. So if I know that, then all my ways of being I get to embody and try on will influence the outcome for a decision. Because that's it. So am I in these states, right? Or am I in these states? So I broke down over here. So the mindset, let's move. I'm driven. Let's go. You guys heard me say it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Enthusiasm. This matters. Mindset. A passionate. I believe in this. So when I say 2.0 states, when we go into pit to peak and I say explore possibility with them, the language becomes, I believe in you. I believe we can do this. I believe that what's possible for you is fucking magic. I believe that like we're going to change your portfolio from 6 to 12%. I know it's possible. This is 2.0 possibility conversation. Curiosity. Tell me more. When we're getting into the calm surgeon and we're accessing the surgical depth of the pain. No, tell me more about that. Why is that? Tell me more about that. Why is that happening? Well, when that happens, what happens there? Staying in the pocket of curiosity, right? Do not get out of curiosity. All of a sudden, it's like, wait a second, I need you. I need this to work. Like, that gets in the way, right? Mr. Nice Guy, right? You're avoiding the tension. I don't want to accept them. Mr. Nice Guy showed up. Over a friendly guy. It's like, But again, this is why we have to be masters of understanding of first of all, what state you're showing up, what's the mindset that's occurring. Cool, I'm aware, right? Level 1 awareness. Level two, now I can start to see the pattern, right? And then I can start to change it. Okay? All right, pause right there. What's coming up? Who's got something? Who's got some juice coming right now, flowing?
Yes, coach.
Gabriel.
Being enthusiastic, right? Seeing the vision. What I'm noticing sometimes I might come across like too enthusiastic because I stand for their vision, not their limitations. And there's also the part of me that says like I don't want to show too much that I care for them, because that can create the opposite factor of them thinking like, well, why does he want to help me so much? Maybe you can comment on this.
Yeah, so who are you being when you're thinking that?
I'm thinking about them,
when
their vision.
But when you're thinking that, you're being doubtful?
No.
Or you're thinking it now and being doubtful?
I'm thinking now that like there's this connotation that in sales, you have to have this calm sense about yourself that you don't really need the sale. But there's the other part of me that believes in the vision and sees that if he doesn't do it now, something will change in their life and it will cost them much more. So like, how do you balance that?
Well, when you go to the gas station and have a conversation with somebody, are you expecting something from them? Do you need them to are you like, you know what I mean? Like,
no,
there's no agenda. The goal is to purchase the thing, and whatever happens in between, you influence that conversation. If you're excited, they're excited. If you're angry, they become angry. You're the cause of it all. But at the end, they're just gonna you're gonna check out. That's the outcome, and they're gonna give you the money, the change back. At the end of the sales call, there's a decision that's gonna be made. You're the fucking cause of them saying no. That's all I'm trying to say. So what I would say is, it's about auditing your calls like a surgeon, and then getting feedback from the men of what they see in the same call process. Coming to the roast tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have an hour with the sales arena where you can look at your call directly, work more intimately with you. So there's opportunity for this to get feedback. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. The map though, what's coming up, Gabriel? Map, what's coming up? I want to keep moving on because we do have a lot to cover in the next 40 hours as well. So what's coming up?
I got just a question about the states, because I've been getting feedback about over coaching my prospects, because I'm giving them stories and metaphors, and we're moving through states, and they're getting maybe flooded, and then it's not resulting in a close. Because they went on too much of a journey, they got something, and then they're not in that buying pocket. So how do you know how to land the plane in the buying pocket and get them over the line? Like, what are your guardrails for reading the field and the field of the conversation to land the plane?
That's a very meta question. It's not specific enough for me to answer for you. So I'm not going to answer it. So we get to move on. Yeah. Because today it's not about coaching. I want you guys to be master at understanding the learning. Coaching is tomorrow. We'll break it down tomorrow. Show up. I got 4 hours of coaching tomorrow. including the roast. Show up. We'll work deeper. Okay, I'll make it happen. So, but great question. I'm not discounting your question, but tomorrow there'll be time. Okay. The old operating system, be, do, have. Excuse me. The old operating system, have, be, do. The new operating system is do, have, be. Excuse me. I fucked that up. The old operating system is do, have, be. I would try harder. I will push more. I will perform, the doer. Right? The problem with that is we get fucking exhausted by doing. The new operating system moving forward is now be, do, have. How many of you guys know that? Be, do, have. You've heard of it? Okay. Yeah. Be, do, have is the operating system. This is the foundation of this program. It always has been. It always has been. When I say, who are you being? Right? You weren't on time. Who are you being that caused you to be late? I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking the walls. I'm attacking the walls that's in the way of fucking you showing up on time and being your word. Because that's not the man that you are. Who are you being? Who are you being? Right? What's the state? What's the story? Right? And this is part of the clearing process, which we'll learn about later. But basically, this is the new operating system to get results. Be, do, have. Choosing the state, choosing the story, leading yourself, and acting from power. Right? This is choosing it. Again, we're going to get into how to choose it. I'm going to go back through that framework of state shifting. Okay, we're going to go through that. But I want to draw this out so you can, and I already drew it out. I'm going to show you all. I'm going to open up my screen on my iPad so I can just break it down, get a little bit of the analyzers like, oh, I want to see it. Let me see it. Okay, cool. I got it. So here's the seeing of it. Oops. Of course, I did the wrong one again. So let me go back. Let's go here. And let's go. Aha! Good. Now, we can see this. Now, because we can see this, I can break it down. This is all connected. We're going to go over here. We're going to see this. Okay. These are you guys that understand this. This is the operating system. This is our operating system. Right? When I say our operating system, this is how we operate. Okay. B, identity, state, story. Being is identity, state, story. Everything is identity, right? So when I say let's imprint a new identity, when you're in your King's debrief, what's the identity you're imprinting? Or whatever it is, it's the identity of who we believe ourselves to be. And then there's a state, either a 1.0 state or 2.0 state, and there's a story. So this is the operating system. Who am I being for the prospect? Who am I being with this person, right? Causes me to do some actions, causes me to do my follow-up, will cause me to say something different on my call, call me to do stuff that's required to have the results that I want, more money, more outcomes. This is the operating system, right? And so when I say this, the problem is most closers live backwards. Most business owners, we live backwards. We live in the opposite of this. Have, do, be. Once I have more leads, I will close more and I'll feel confident. Once I have more leads, right, I will do more of the things that are required, then I will feel confident. Then I will be happy, right? Pressure, force, and that's not how living from intention is the opposite. This is living from intention here, right? So the top 1% high-performing athletes, business owners, people that are up here, leaders in the world, they live in this model. They don't think, they're being. So last week we did that process. Y'all remember that process where I had you activate some urgency on purpose from who you're being that created the result. Remember that? So now it's all coming back like, oh, so what created the result that quickly was who I was being, not what I said. No, it's the being, right? So sales specific, because you got to get this like, okay, I get all this. Let's go sales. You want to have 30K months, but you're doing calls from fear. You're being fearful. You're being tight. You're being rigid, right? You're outcome attached. So the doing doesn't work. Shifting from that into I'm going to be grounded. I'm going to be convicted. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be service driven. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be rigorously loving. I'm going to be present. And I'm going to be determined. I'm going to be enthusiastic. You see how I chose that? Before the call. And then during the call, I'm like choosing those ways of being. I'm choosing them. Influence, choose, right? And then what happens? then the doing happens and the results changes. Okay, so I want you guys to do this. I want you to write out in your journals somewhere, wherever it is the loop. I want to have what? What is that? I want to have this. So I do this, but I'm being this. So write this out. I want to have this so that because I want to have it, I'm doing this, but I'm being this. Sales related. Be very specific to your situation. Detailed. I want to have, so I do, but I'm being. Right now, but I'm being. But I'm being.
Coach is like reverse engineering.
Yes. We got to reverse. We're going to do that right now. We're going to shift the loop. If I be this, then I will do this. Name the actions. If I'm being this, if I'm being urgent, I will do this. Right? What is the doing? What's the being? Remember, the being is the state in the story. So put state and the story. Remember, it's two things. The story, if I have this story and I'm in this state, then I will do this. And I will have this. So write that out. If I be this, this is the state I'm in. This is the story I'm choosing. You're choosing the story. You're choosing the state. Right? The state is chosen from the story. The state is first, and the story is created from the state. So you're not really choosing the story. You're choosing the state. And the story just becomes. So write that out. If I be this, I would do this, and I will have this. So we're going to flip it. Some of you will be like, damn. That's definitely a different operating system. If I be urgent, if I be disciplined, then I will wake up early at 6 a.m. and I will have this. All right, let's take a share. We'll take one share. Who's got a little bit of like, oh, okay. That definitely.
I'll go ahead and share.
Yeah,
and I'll just give everyone a real world example. And like Tony Robbins does this with every one of his events. When he has like everyone in the crowd at UPW, he builds their identity, through stories and state. And then he's like, once he builds them up, he's like, the action is, the course or the coaching program. So he like puts you in an identity and then here's the action and you'll get the result. That's why he gets everyone to stand up and gets everyone in a different state. Then it's like, yep, you're you from right here to where you want to go. This is the program that gets you there. And he's been doing that for like 40 years, guys. And it's just super effective. So when you went through this process, I'm like, yep, these are the frameworks I see like on a daily basis. So super powerful.
Yeah, this is good. So good. Thank you for sharing that. So I want you guys to think about this, right? I'm going to go deeper into this, you guys' psyche. All right. Let me explain this mechanism. I talked about this last week. Most people operate in mechanism. What do I say on the call? Right? What do I say before the call? What do I say after the call? Or much more during the call? What do I say? What do I say? What's the script? What's the framework? What's the tactic? Versus who must I be? So mechanism asks, what do I say? Intention, right? Asks, who must I be? Who must I be for this person? Who must I be for them to say yes? Who must I be for them to feel safe? Who must I be for them to be curious? Who must I be for them to actually be interested? Who must I be? Versus what do I say? See the different operating system? Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys, put in the chat, what do you default to under pressure? Mechanism or intention? Mechanism. What do I need to say? And then who I need to be, and put the percentage. I want to see because we're going to be. This is something we're going to go deep on over the weeks, right? And the goal is to get to like 100% intention being, which is where I'm at, right? Like there's a process I have, but who am I being in this process? I'm with you guys. I'm present. I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic. I'm like pumped. I'm in 2.0. I'm choosing that, and I'm choosing regulation and reconnect, calm, focused. Right? This is an art, and I'm teaching you guys the artwork, but you need to know where you guys are at right now, right? Currently. And so when you're under pressure, where do you default? What's the 1.0 where you default to right now? So put like, what's the operating? Is it rigid? Is it doubt? Is it fear? Where do you default when pressure arises? When there's a trigger that happens on a sales call? What's that one way of being? Okay. I call them states or ways of being that you default to. Okay. We're going to keep going deeper here. We're going to keep going deeper. I did it again. Why? Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is important. This piece is important. Okay. There's an event, a reaction, and a meaning. Okay. Event, reaction, and a meaning. We're going to go a little bit deeper. This is how the operating system runs. Okay. I call this a chain code. Right? There's a fact, a situation. There's a reaction, the operating system, a state, story, and meaning. We talked about that earlier. What we make up about it. This is us. There's an emotional, there's an energy, there's the internal narrative, there's an interpretation of what we make it mean. And then because of that, the results are created. Actually, what's missing here that you don't see is the outcome. Yep. What's missing is the outcome. So let's go back here. There's 1, there's 2, and this creates the outcome. I'm showing you another way to look at it. So there's something that happens, then we react, our state, story, meaning we make about it, right? There's a story we have about it, and then there's a outcome that's created from it. So to change the outcome, we don't change the situation. We better offer. We don't change that, oh, the leads suck, right? That's the situation. We change our reaction, how we respond to it, to change the outcome. This is the way. Or you default back into 1.0, victim. Victim, victim, victim. This is so important we land this right now. Okay, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper on this. I'm going to give you an example. 5 calls, no close. 5 calls. Who's taking like 3 to 5 calls, no closes? Yeah. Okay. What's the state? Frustration. Right? What else? Share. What's the state? What else?
Desperation.
Desperation.
Neediness.
What's the story?
Gotta have the sale.
After the no closes, 5 no calls, no closes. What's the story you're in?
I'm not good.
I suck.
I suck at sales. Yeah. What's the meaning you're making about it? There's a story, the narrative that's playing, the narrative OS. What's the meaning you're making of it? About yourself. I'm not cut out for this.
Not good enough.
Yeah, well, the real narrative that I hear from because I know my own avatar, right, is I'm not cut out for this. Oh, I just need more sales training. I just need more sales skills. Oh, it's not me, it's this. Or you compare yourself to other people. It means that I'm not good I should probably not be in sales. That's the meaning that you make of it. Right? And the outcome is what? Next calls are needy or withdrawn. You're disconnected. More no sales. What does 2.0 do? 2.0 chooses presence, patience, and power. Presence, patience, power, and sustains it. He chooses service. He chooses a state to access. And the story that this is just data and feedback. This is feedback.
You say curiosity as well, Coach?
Sure, could be curiosity. 100%. Any 2.0 state.
Attachment?
Yeah. And the meaning is what potential meaning is that? It's like, hop on the next call. But this means?
This means an opportunity to step into my higher self.
Yeah. Or it means this next call is another opportunity to change your life. Five no changed lives. Number 6 is the opportunity to change your life. That's what it means. See, I just did that, changed that. The state causes that. Who you're being causes that. Okay? So I want you to write out a real sales call or something where you can actually write out the state, the story, and the meaning. Something that happened. What's the state? What's the story? And what's the meaning? Write out the state. So what's the situation first, right? The event. Got this objection. situation, got this objection, right? What was the state? What was your reaction? So remember, it's event, E-R-O, event, reaction, and outcomes. What was the event? Or what's true today? Lane, what's your current situation today? What's the facts right now going on today? What's the state you're in right now? I talked to you yesterday. What's that state you're in right now? What's the story? What's the story you're looping? What's the fucking meaning you're making about it? It means I can't do this. It means this. Okay, what's the outcome it's producing right now? If we understand this, the next fucking 8-10 weeks is easy because we can build from this fucking place.
Sorry, real quick, Coach, to clarify.
Yep.
Because you have event, reaction, outcome, but then you also have story, narrative, and meaning.
Yeah. Remember, the reaction is the state, the story, and the meaning. It's the operating system.
Okay.
Right? The operating system is the state, the story, and the meaning you're making of it. The state, the story, your meaning. State, story, meaning. The state, the story that you're telling yourself, and the meaning you're making of it. Constantly. So in any situation you guys write out right now, we can flip it. We can flip it the opposite. We don't change the meaning. We don't change the event, but we change the reaction. So right now, write the opposite reaction out. State, what's the story, and what's the meaning? Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about perfection. It's about just clarity, understanding, and just seeing a different possibility. Seeing a different possibility. Seeing a different possibility. Y'all seeing a different possibility already? Yeah? Remember, that's why when I say master yourself, master your sales. Because, like, you want to master sales, master yourself. Master this fucking thing. We're going to master this at a human level so that sales becomes easy. This is how. So I'm going to take one question or one someone wants to share from this so we can move on. Anybody? What's coming up? What are they like, oh shit? Or is there like a question?
I'll share. It's causing me to realize that the event was I only closed 4 out of 11 calls yesterday, and the reaction was I'm not good enough. Like I'm failing. I'm overcommitted. I went into all this judgment, and the outcome would be that I carry that into the next day and then try to force it rather than just stepping back and seeing it as feedback and saying, oh, okay, what is this telling me? What can I change? How can I change my state? Instead of just keep forcing it.
Yes. So now forever, you get to choose something new. You get to notice it, choose, and lead from a different place. Notice it, choose, and lead from a different place. Now I'm going to give you guys the how. How do we do this? Because now it's like, well, how do we make this real? Oh, I got you. This is where we go to the depths of it. I'm going to give you this document. So this is how we do it. This is called the state shift tool. It's actually built on the check-in, right? So like the shifts go from forceful energy to curiosity, agenda-driven to neutral, anxiety, future-focused to calm, neediness to conviction, hesitation to decisiveness, right? Rushing to presence. This is going to be the mastery for all of you, the next level, to close more, right? And this is the mechanism. Stop, pause, breathe. Oh, it's the same as the check-in. Wait a second. Yeah, it starts the same. Remember, we're building off of this. Stop, pause. Like, where the fuck am I at? Breathe. Notice. The noticing is the same thing as asking. You're noticing. What state am I in? Right now, objection came up. Stop, pause, breathe. What state am I in? I'm in freeze. I'm in anxiety. I'm in panic. Right? And then you choose a 2.0 state. And then you ask a question from that state. It's like the identity shift. It's like the shadow shift tool, right? This is not me. It's a part of me. There has to be a separation. The breath, the stopping is the mechanism, the pausing, right? And then the breath is the separation of identity. Without the breath, we cannot notice. We cannot be present. It's like, oh, anxious. Again, oh, anxious. Oh, anxious. Right? Oh, rush. You're going to notice over the next 7 days that you're rushed, you're anxious, all these parts. This is a game of awareness. And then you're going to choose a 2.0 state. This week, The most important thing is not necessarily choosing a new state. It's just noticing what state you're in. That's enough. That's a win. Throughout the whole call, where am I at? Noticing. Remember, self-awareness of who am I being? So notice, shift, lead. Now, when I say lead, this is asking a question. So part of this is being able to not react, but to respond. Remember, event, reaction, meaning. I'm going to intercept the reaction and respond by changing the state with the prospect, and I'm changing the story that happens in the state, but I'm changing the state that changes the story that changes because I'm changing the meaning. It's all automatic. Objection came up. I think about it. Stop, pause, breathe. I'm noticing anxiety. I'm noticing panic, and I'm choosing calm. And then I ask a question and lead from that place. I lead from that state. Does that land for you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't work if you're not checking in daily with yourself. Remember, the master the check-in, master the check-in, master the check-in. 3 times a day, 10 times. I am checking in 19 times an hour because it's who I be. It's not what I do. It's not a fucking tool. I'm in the CrossFit this morning. I'm checking in. I don't want to be here. This is stupid. Like, these coaches suck. Like, oh my God, where are these thoughts coming from? Like, oh, I reconnect. I want to be happy. I want to be joy. I want to be present, right? And I shift. I'm a master at the weapon because I am the weapon. So will all of you be the weapon. Right? I'm shifting in that moment because I'm not like enjoying it. And I'm in limitation. I'm in 1.0. I'm like, wait, I'm making it mean this. I'm in this story. Like, this is like and I'm judging. I'm being judgmental. The coach is like, and this is true. This is a true story. Like, the coach is judging. I'm judging the coach because like they're just on their phone while they're like, I'm paying $200 a month for this. Like, what the fuck? And then I'm in reaction mode. And then I disconnect from them. I'm not connected to the coach. And they ask me questions and I'm like being a little bit of an asshole. I'm being an asshole. So who am I being? Wait, I'm being an asshole. I'm being disconnected. I'm being selfish. I'm not being in relationship. So I choose who I want to be in that moment. That's 2.0. I want to be connected. And I'm telling you, this has been a battle for me, but I'm literally just shift. I'm a master shifter. Okay, I'm gonna pause right there. What are you guys hearing right now? Some shit's coming up. This is not a game of sales only. This is a game of life. What's coming up? What's coming up? Let's go.
That's what I was thinking, man. This is the game of life right here. I was like, oh man, how many times do? I just hate people right out of the gates. I'm like, you gotta stop. So that's
yeah. So yes, so the state shift tool, this is the framework. Okay. Stop, breathe, notice. The question is, what state am I in right now? Or for some of you, it's more of who am I being right now? For me, what doesn't land is what state I'm in. For me, what lands is who am I being? Right? And I acknowledge and name who I'm being. And then I choose who I get to be. And then the action, the doing happens from the choosing. Always. Be, do, have. Remember, be, do, have. So this is not just on a call. It's like you're about to show up to the next war room training and you've got 3 minutes left. Right now, you stop, pause, and breathe.